All right, so I've been doing a little bit of research on Trump's ideology with tariffs and what he believes is the best decision for America, as well as the connection between him and Elon Musk with the Doge agency. But then it's starting to come out that Elon's ideas and what he wants, um, not as an American, but as a businessman, is almost completely polarized from what Trump believes is best, right? So Trump is pushing massive tariffs just about anywhere, right? He wants to move production inside America so we become more self-reliant. He is a anti-globalist. While Elon, if you look at Tesla, SpaceX, all of these companies, they are working with all these different manufacturers, all these different companies that he relies on to create a product, right? Batteries from China, all these computer chips, all that stuff has to be manufactured there, right? In these cheap labor markets, shipped over to wherever his plants are, and then made into a product, right? So Elon's pretty much out the door at this point, right? There's been a lot of mess ups with Doge, a lot of false statements from both Trump and him, and the agency isn't as productive as we were told it was, and that's slowly coming out more and more, right? So it's really interesting because Trump and Elon, they acted like best buds, right? But now it's coming out that Elon's realizing that his companies depend on globalization. And personally, I don't really have a fully developed opinion that I can say, I know this is right, I know this is wrong, this is what we need to do, right? Because there's so many different variables, and I try to be as unbiased as possible and see both sides because everything is a balance. If one thing gets better, something else and somewhere else is going to get worse, right? We can't all be prosperous. For someone to win, someone has to lose, and that will always be that way unless we balance things out, which no one wants to do, right? So Elon's out. Elon's going to go back to running all his businesses because they've been performing poorly. And as a multi-billionaire businessman, it looks like Elon's putting his priorities on himself rather than working with the government, and that's completely understandable. So it's really interesting, the dynamic between them. A lot of us expected a power struggle between Elon and Trump because they're both very powerful men, and they both want to be in the spotlight, right? And you kind of watch them both kind of, oh, this is fun, yeah, you're cool, and kind of share that, but it's pretty obvious there's, confliction. That's not the right word, conflict, I apologize. But yeah, it's really interesting in my opinion, how things have come out where they're best friends, and now at the end of the road they're completely polarized, right? They both are businessmen, but I'd say what Elon offers as his business are more productized, while Trump, if you look at casinos, hotels, all of this property he owns, he's more service oriented, right? So everything in the service typically stays within the US. So as an anti-globalist, it doesn't affect him. As a globalist, where you're working with all these different companies around the world to produce one product and everyone is dependent on each other, it's a very different scenario. But yeah, I thought that was very interesting. If you have any questions, comments, absolutely, please post them. Just to say again, I don't have a form, I don't have an official opinion I stand by. But yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Please stick with me as I work on my speech skills. I feel like I am getting better, but it does take time. It does take practice, and that's what I'm here for.